Hello, everyone. We are back on Facts and Two Cents. This is Pamela and
And this is Petal.
awesome. So today's episode, actually, we had plans to talk about something else, and then we had the great news of our little lady Montecito is here. Lili Diana Mountbatten Windsor is here. We're not going to call her Lilibet.
No.
We're going to call her Lili.
No, we're not going there.
But squaddies have their feelings, and people are like not happy with the name. Everyone's feeling is validated, whatever you're feeling, because we all have, we're not a monolith. We all have our thoughts and feelings, and we all equally pour our hearts into the family. But this channel is for them. It's for the Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, now Lili,
Baby Lili,
baby Lili, and Daria, Pula, Guy, and the chickens.
That's right.
Yes, we don't forget the chickens. And like we always say, we are biased and petty, and this is the show for the Sussexes. So if you don't like it, then too bad.
Sorry. We are who we
People
are.
We are who we are. But yes, so like I said, I came from Tina and Michelle's podcast, and if you don't know them, definitely go follow them. It's a squad podcast. And it was so interesting, so funny, and everybody's feelings was like all over the place in terms of what they feel about the name. But I have to say that we all have the right to express how we feel about it. But this kid is innocent. She's here to stay, and I'm going to trust that Harry and Meghan know exactly what they're doing by naming her Lilibet. We will all call Lili going forward. So yeah, how do you feel about that? Before we go into our other topics, since this has just happened, how do you feel about it?
Well, the first big feeling, I'm really so happy that the baby is here. I am so happy that she's here. She is safe. And after what Meghan and Harry went through last year with losing a child, I'm like, yes, and I'm just so happy for that, for them to have this joy, especially now. Disappointed in it for a whole myriad of reasons, and when I first heard the name, I literally felt like stabbed in the heart because I just feel like she's the head of a racist institution, and I can't understand, naming my child after someone. But then I really thought back of the relationship that Meghan and Harry have with her. It's very different from their relationship with the firm, the business of the monarchy. They were very clear to separate the two. That said, I'm not family. And for me, even though that there's the family and then there's the firm, she is the head of it. And I can't separate, like, for me, because I'm not there in there every day. I have a hard time separating the two. For me, they're one and the same.
Yeah.
And so that's for me feeling like, and then also too, I felt like, why are you going to honor her and don't honor your Black mama? I'm like, I just felt like, Daria, what happened to Daria? Why can't you honor Daria? It could be Diana and Daria. I'm totally fine with Diana. I love Diana. So I love that they honored her, but I just felt like, well, what about your mom?
Right. And that came up too.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, that came up too. But then someone made a good point. Diana's gone. Daria's going to raise those two kids, and she gets to spend time with them for as long as she's on Earth, right? And Diana's not there. So, but also, I think what you're saying is like replace Lilibet with Daria or something to that effect. I'm going to trust that Harry knows exactly what he's doing, because it might be a tactical move for him.
It is, yeah.
Because he's thinking, this child is born in the U.S., not in London. Yes, she's still a dual citizen. She still has a dual citizenship, but within the family, now her name. Now try taking her name off the birth certificate. Try doing something shady, right? And she's the only one who truly has Elizabeth's name, really. Elizabeth's nickname. Like nobody else has
Right,
Lilibet
Lilibet,
except, yeah. So this kid's going to stand out. And if we know Harry and Meghan, they make statements. They make bold statements. And so I get it, right? It doesn't change the fact that um, Betty is still the head of the monarchy and everything is done through her. Now, that even brings up question, who even thinks that Betty even has a say in what goes on nowadays?
And
She doesn't. The courtiers do, right?
Exactly.
So when when Oprah asked Harry that she's the queen, how come she doesn't? And he's like, you don't understand. It's sad because I don't think they want to put out there that Betty doesn't have authority. She's not the head. Yes. They don't want to say that. She's not the head of the monarchy. But come on, we should see this. Betty is no longer the head of the monarchy. It's Charles. Charles is the one manipulating everything. The courtiers are following Charles. Betty shows up to cut a ribbon, goes back, like someone said on Tina's podcast, and pats her little dogs and watches some soap operas. That's all that she's doing. She's not actively in anything. They tell her what to do and she shows up, right? Yeah. She's 90-something years old. She doesn't have any say. And I think they don't want the world to know that because that diminishes the power of the monarchy.
Yeah. And I think you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right because they were trying to tell us without actually telling us.
Yes.
That is exactly the case.
Yeah.
Because even when they were talking to Oprah, they were like, yeah, but she has advisors who advises her in the wrong. Like even with William going to Scotland and then, meddling in Scottish politics, they keep saying that, it's the Queen that appoints William. Lies. The website of the Lord High Commissioner literally says that the Queen appoints someone on the advice of the Prime Minister. Queen Elizabeth does not go against the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. She will do what her Prime Minister says. So the reason why William was in Scotland was because he was the one chosen by Boris Johnson to go.
Yeah.
I tweeted about this whole long thing about this the other day, and it's exactly what is happening. Yeah. So Harry and Meghan, for me, was saying that without actually saying that. Yeah. That's why they made that clear distinction about their relationship with the Queen and their relationship with the firm. They are completely different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's, for me, that's the only way I could think of why, and also to make sure that their child's legacy is,
because think about what
he is a Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah, think about what Meghan said when she was talking to Oprah about George the 4th or 5th or 6th
George the 5th convention.
George the 5th convention about not giving them any kind of title. And it's not about the title per se, but she says if it's theirs, who are we to take it away from them, right? If it's their birthright. So who knows what might be going on in the background? We don't know yet. There's always things going on in that crazy, that palace. So maybe Harry's like, no, I'm going to link this child to the family, because we have to remember Harry and Meghan are not going to be here forever. Exactly. Those kids are going to grow up, and so we need to yes, our feelings are hurt because we feel like we own Harry and Meghan.
And I think that is it too. We do feel like
we own them. Yeah, we feel like we own them and they listen to us, and all that stuff, and we do so much for them, and that's great. But we can love somebody with conditions, right?
Right, exactly.
Yes, it doesn't diminish how we feel. We should still express how we feel. If we're disappointed or hurt, it's all part of the relationship dynamic, and we're entitled to that. But it is their choice. It is their kid, and it is their family, and they know things that we don't know. Like we always said, they did not reveal all the truth and all the things that need to be said on Oprah's interview. They gave us 1% of it, right?
Plus, there's an hour and a half not revealed. We don't even know what's
we don't even know that, and even that 1.5 doesn't mean that they told Oprah everything. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's because they respond to Oprah's questions. So if Oprah doesn't ask the question, they might not reveal what needs to be said. Because if you see Harry and Meghan, they are very much into resolution, right? How do we go through this world at peace with people? And that's just their MO. Let's be at peace. Let's work together. So they won't necessarily divulge anything that's going to be so risque if not asked, because they also want to be truthful. You see what I mean? So that whole dynamic, it's what it is. So I hear people, I understand even you say you feel sharp. I didn't feel that. I just happened to baby's here and excited. And I was like, oh, I actually like Lili. Lili is, Archie and Lili.
And that's the thing. I love Lili because even Doria used to call Meghan her flower.
Flower, yeah.
So
which maybe
I absolutely expected her to go the flower route.
Right.
I think the problem is the Lilibet.
Lilibet, yeah.
It's not the Lili. It's the Lilibet because it associates with, obviously it was her.
Right. But even on their website, they call her Lili. If you go on actual right now, they call her Lili.
They call her Lili. Yeah, it's the Lilibet that people have because then that's definitely related to the Queen. And it's that initial like, oh. And reaction. I think too, we also can't put aside the fact that this report just came out about Buckingham Palace, about the racist, their racist agenda since the beginning of time, really. And so that just came out and has her name and her face attached to that. And then we had, through a couple of months ago, Meghan and Harry telling us about the racist treatment they had. Harry in the Me You Can See talk about the racism, with the firm and that. So we can't put that aside because that's going to be the initial. Well, you just told us that this same firm was racist towards you. Then we just got this breakdown of how they have discriminated against Black and brown people, and then got exemptions to themselves. And
but they might have had the name way before. They might have had the name already way before this document came out from the Guardian. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're not going to change the name because the Guardian came up with something.
Right. But no, I'm saying you understand. I can understand the confusion and the feeling like, wait a minute, you're naming your child after the head of a racist, institution.
Yeah.
But that's how when I first got it, that's how it felt. But then I had to backtrack and say, okay, what is the relationship between Meghan and Harry and the Queen herself?
Right.
You know what I mean?
The grandmother.
And so the grandmother.
Mother,
and so even with Oprah's interview, they just made sure that there was a clear distinction between
and that could be the truth, that even though she is a racist, that she loved her grandson and her grandson's wife. Right? It could be. Yeah,
we're not one-dimensional, that's for sure.
It could be that she still has a soft spot for Harry, and because of that, associates Meghan to, loving Meghan and respecting Meghan in her presence. You know what I mean? So that way she feels comfortable because she knows that she's intimidating as the Queen. And so how can she might have gone out of her way to make Meghan feel comfortable. And Meghan taking that as being nice to her. Who knows what she says behind closed doors to her courtiers. Obviously, we don't know all that, right? Exactly. So Meghan might just go by that. And this also occurred to me, and I shared this on the other podcast, Tina's podcast. I said, Elizabeth was Harry's boss, right? And he always admired her as his boss.
Oh, of course,
Always admired her. And when Diana was killed, I always say was killed, and Charles neglected his duty as a father, who knows if it was Elizabeth and the Queen's mother who were there for them as mother figures.
Queen Elizabeth was really there for them. They actually talked about that. One of the reasons, because all of England was screaming at her to come back to Buckingham Palace to basically soothe the country's feelings, but she instead stayed at Balmoral, I think it was. Yeah, that she stayed at Balmoral with the two of them, and to protect them. Yeah. And everybody was screaming, she and not Mo. That's what they said.
And as a kid,
so they've always really credited her with helping them and really being there. And I think that's one of the reasons she and Harry have always been really, really close.
Exactly.
So,
and your grandmother, even if she is to others an evil queen, to you, if you don't see that part of her, you only remember the good times, the memories that you create with your grandmother, right?
Right, yeah.
But I also want to make this point that Harry and Meghan are adults. I don't think it's lost on
Of
them
course.
that the Queen and how the world sees the Queen and the monarchy is as racism. I don't think it's lost on them. They get that. They're smart. They know that, right? At the same time, they also know that it's family, and when the doors are closed and they're together, it's family. The Queen is not going to
Right,
be
yeah.
here more than another 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? She'll be gone. And even during the Oprah interview, you realize that he never went hard on Elizabeth. He went hard on Charles. What does that tell you?
He never went hard at her at all.
No, he went
has
hard
never
on
done it.
Charles. So that tells you Charles is the one who's in control of things, not Elizabeth
He
at this
is
point.
totally. He is totally. They
Yeah.
are what they have been doing, and Harry literally told us that without telling us that.
Yeah, like we said
What
earlier.
they have been doing is because she is popular around the world. Everybody loves Queen Elizabeth.
Well,
faults and all, they just love her.
Well,
generally,
I don't know.
I mean, the rest of us kind of know the end. We don't, but generally,
the Commonwealth and yes.
Generally, she is very popular. People love her and respect her, you know, and that is what they have been using that. And you notice everything. Oh, the Queen said, the Queen is happy, the Queen is sad, the Queen is upset, the Queen.
Yeah.
It's not the Queen.
No.
I'm sure the Queen
Charles
knows nothing about a lot of the stuff they're doing.
Exactly.
They're using her.
Yeah, they're using her
as proxy, basically.
Yeah.
You know, they're using her popularity, basically doing all those things behind and using her they're getting away with stuff by using her popularity. You know,
absolutely.
And so I don't think she is in charge of any of those things.
No,
and
she's not.
I always know when I see Harry and Meghan respond really harshly to something the palace does, even when they have the Queen's name, when you see, I know they know the difference of who sent that. Like when they did the Services Universal. You know how they're just like, bam.
Right.
Even though it had the Queen's name, they knew where that came from, and they knew that it did not come from the Queen.
Right. And that is why I'm saying that we need to trust them for what they're doing. It's like, yes, this is an initial shock for all of us. It might take a couple of days for people to simmer down and get accepting and get back to normal ways. Our focus is Harry and Meghan and just the way they've treated them and what they stand for. We cannot lose focus because the little baby's name is named after a queen that we don't like and disapprove of. This girl will grow up and become a queen on her own and change the world. And that's what we should put our energy into and really build her up, because if Elizabeth II didn't do her job well, then Lili the third
she will be the true queen.
The true queen, yeah. Yes. And might actually become the president of the United States and, take over. So fear not, people. Just be happy.
You're right. It all comes back to trusting Meghan and Harry. And you know what? They probably just did something really tactical, really, really smart.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
Their child,
I'm telling you,
cut out
Harry did not go to the military and become an Apache pilot for nothing and not know how to maneuver these things. Like he said, he knows the family, he knows exactly what's going on, and they definitely talked through this, right? They know that people are going to be one way or the other not like it. The trolls are going to be mad that the baby's affiliated to the Queen, and maybe the fans who don't like the Queen will react like we're doing. And so they get it. I'm sure they get it. They're not close off to what is going on around them. They probably have bot accounts on Twitter or just watching what we are saying. And they get it. So that said, welcome to the world, Lady Lili. Montecito.
Welcome to the world.
Mountbatten Windsor. Welcome to the world.
Archie is a big brother.
Archie is a big brother. I can't even imagine what he's doing right now.
I know.
He's probably he's been overthrown. He's been overthrown for a little bit, because.
And you know what's most amazing? No leaks.
Oh, no leaks. No leaks.
Didn't two of I think those British tabloids were saying, oh, she will be born on next Thursday.
On Philip's birthday.
Meanwhile, the baby is already here.
Here, yes. That tells you. You see, again, that's what I feel like I need to trust them, because even their circle of people, nothing leaked. This woman went and had a baby at a hospital,
and nobody knew.
Even TMZ didn't get it. You know what I mean? Usually TMZ is like all nosy. Nobody took my name. If they even try to bribe them, nobody. You know what I mean? Nothing leaked. And for 2 days, that baby was home in Montecito, chilling, while we were here, like, thinking of it's going to be born in the summer, maybe after, officially after summer, the 21st, might be born. Lili's like, I'm here. What you got to say?
I know.
She's like, I'm here to stay, y'all. I'm here. Where are my sevens and my, all my people?
And now Lili has both parents, because now they're both going on leave. They're like,
yes.
We're out. Peace out. We done do our jobs.
Yep. And they'll be out for another 3 to 6 months, right?
Yeah, like at least 3 months. They'll probably be back in September.
Yeah. Well, Harry is on American schedule, and it's 12 weeks, so he will be back in September. This is not UK 6 months or 8 months. And it's so cool
because their friend, Serena's husband, Alexis, has been pushing for the dads to have leave, so it's wonderful. You know.
Well, I'm sure Better App has a policy, and we should probably check it out and see what their policy is on parental leave.
On father's leave, and they're about mental health, so I'm sure they're all about that.
Yeah. I think he's Alexis Ohanian is pushing for, like, I think 4 months, 12, 16 weeks. I think he had 16 weeks. I think he says. When Olympia was born. But anyway, so that's the news. We've talked about it, and we're going to move on to our regular programming.
Our regular scheduled programming before
regular scheduling programming
to
interrupt. Yeah.
This is so inconvenient. They never come at a convenient time.
It's like, listen, my time is my time. Take it or leave it. It's just like. By the way, I have Mia's T-shirt on. Actually saying.
Oh, I don't even have my glasses. What does it say?
Said. Hydrate, drive safe.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Hydrate and drive safe.
Yeah, hydrate and drive safe. That's actually, so I wore this to just, I know Archie might be feeling some kind of way right now.
I know. So, or Archie be like, you're not coming on my throat. This is my throat.
This is my throat. So just like, actually, we still love you. We just, So, by the way, we'll put the link of Mia's link. She sells this T-shirt, so you can definitely go and support on the Squatty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. We were supposed to pick a charity. We didn't pick a charity today, but I know that Harry and Meghan, with little Lili, baby Lili in town, they did mention a few charities that you want to donate to. So we're just going to link them. Some of them we've already discussed. Comfort. We've donated to Comfort before, so we can put Comfort. It's an African women's organization that helps young girls, to get vocational training and go to school. And then there's Girls Inc. as well. There's a few others. So we can put some little their information up there on our, for you guys to go check it out and contribute and towards the baby Lili's birth. Contribute to those charities and more. And you can go on their website. Ashwell has a list of charities that we can promote. So anything last before we wrap up?
Nope, I think we're good.
All right, great. So until next time, thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.